we're having an F11 issue. It started out blue, solid blue light, and now it's blinking red, saying that there's a problem. And when I open it, it's still humming at the bottom, and it says water outlet default F11. So you can hear that it's still humming, and there's water at the bottom. The humming is the pump trying to drain that water, but it can't drain. And the reason why it can't drain, and the reason why it says F11 problems and is beeping, is because this tube right here is clogged. And so we need to undo this, pull this out, and then put it in a bucket and drain it out into the bucket. And then once we get that clog out, it'll start working again. So let's do that. You're just gonna need one of these screwdrivers, flathead, to unscrew this, which will loosen up that to be able to get this off. This is just holding this tube on there tighter and making it more secure. Okay, so we unscrewed this, so now it's nice and loose. So you can just pull it up out of the way, because we're gonna be taking this off now. And this is gonna be kind of hard to do because it's barbed. So you have to give it a good pull to get it off.
Push this down. A little easier to pull it down, you see?
Yeah. You can do it. Oh, you did it. Good job. Got my husband doing it for me. Yes. Now we're just gonna put that tube into a bucket. I have the tube put inside the bucket so it can drain while I restart this cycle, and the clogs should be able to release now. So I just pushed power and then start on my ASKO dishwasher, and now it's draining into here, and it's starting to go just fine now. I can hear that it's working how it usually starts up. It usually starts up a cycle by draining, and that's what it's done right there. And then it starts filling back up with water as it's preparing to start another cycle. So it's all looking really good right now. It's starting into another cycle, so we have fixed the problem. So now we are going to re-hook back up this drain tube, because it just needed to drain out whatever the clog was. It was probably a big thing of food. So now we're gonna hook that back up and tighten back on the metal attachment that hooks it on nicely. And if you're interested, it was pistachio nuts that were clogging up my tube and making it so it wouldn't work. Now we just hook that tube back on there. It's barbed right there. Those 3 lines right there, can you point at it, Maddie? 5 lines, that's where it's barbed. So that's why it's so difficult to take it off. But you can do it. So then now it's kind of difficult to push back on. Get it on there nice and tight, and then you're gonna tighten the metal thing right there. You just put that metal thing back on where it was before, and if you look closely, you can see on the rubber hose where it was before, if you don't remember, but just right close to that bottom to keep it on tight. And this saves you at least $150 by having a guy come over and take that off for you and drain it into a bucket for you. So we're back in business. My dishwasher is still working beautifully, still running in its cycle. So we are fixed and unclogged and ready to clean some dishes. Yes. To prevent that from clogging again in the future, here is a little tip. So I'm gonna stop my cycle right now. The great time to do this is actually after a cycle has happened. Probably shouldn't be stopping it right now, but you can turn this off to the side. This is usually locked in. Turn it off to the side and lift off the screen. And this is what catches a lot of the food. It catches all the food that's in the dishwasher to try and strain it that you didn't get off when you first were rinsing off your dishes. So you pull this off. This catches most of the food. So if you turn this upside down and hit it, a lot of food couldn't come out, but a lot of food is in there. So you can rinse out this and rinse off this to get all that food off, and then rinse this as well, this portion. And this will keep it from clogging again in the future and causing other problems. If you just keep this cleaned out regularly and keep clearing out that tube down below that we taught you. If you keep these things clear, which you don't have to actually clear out that tube until it says that you have an F11 problem, because It's not that easy. And it's not as easy as this part, pulling out this. So once you have that cleaned out, which I haven't cleaned it out, but I'll come back into that. Then you just put it back down there so that screen is flat and it's turned off to the side, but then you'll turn it back straight. So it's straight with the dishwasher like that. And then this screen is tight. When it's not loose, then you know that it's locked in there. So you can still pull out this thing if you're just trying to see if you have any bigger things. This catches the big things, the screen catches the smaller stuff. That's how you can prevent it from getting clogged, is keeping that cleared out. I'm gonna start my dishwasher up again and get it going on its load and getting these dishes cleaned. Yes, feels so good. Hope that helps.